presentation made by Ernesto Arbitrio and Michele Filosi. Welcome them and thank you.
library to represent the results of the processed algorithms, because the network results are or basically a table with a series of data or a graph representation. So we need a library written in JavaScript. In this case, we use Sigma.js to represent the graph of the network. Okay. So we have Redis. Redis send messages between the status of the processes, and the workers provides to launch the queue of tasks through the web interfaces. At the end of the process, the Celery task provides to save the stored data into the DB, and with Django we can query the DB to retrieve all the results of the processes. Okay, this is a basic example of a task. If we use the Django ORM to create a user in a model, so mapped into DB with a table, we can write user.objects.create username and password, and this function become a task with the app.task decorator of Celery. Okay. This is the Celery task example in ReNette. In this case, this is the task for net inference, for network inference. And the first line is the wrapping method for RPy2 function to use the math2adj function for compute the inference algorithm, such as a Python object. So we have a Python object. We have some other process line of code, and in this part you can see the Celery status update methods. We have the running method with some meta messages. Okay, load files, compute inference, fetching results. So through the web interface, I can choose the network inference, I can upload files, I can choose params, and then I can submit the process. The process is the compute method of the inference. So I have the import, I import an R library called nettools. I use lapply R method such as a Python object. I use the default params if I have not set it in the web interface. And then I can call the R method passing the list of files that I have uploaded, the method, the algorithm that I want to use for each file, and the params. And then I return the value of my process. Okay, now I want to try to show us the environment. Non va più di 40x480 il proiettore. 40x480 di qua.
Esatto.
Okay, I want to. Okay, for first I need to launch the Redis server. Then I launch the Celery worker. Okay. From web interface I can load the example data, okay, tab separated files. With Go, I can pass to the second step where I can choose the params. So I can acne. Submit, and in the stats page I have the compute inference, fetching results, and Celery says that task accepted engine.task.net inference, and that is the task ID. Okay, at the end of the computation. Okay. We have the results of the process, and in my process list we have some process historic process, and if you want to, this is the running process that I have launched in this time, and the view details section, a page where I can see the results of the process. I can see the tabular data on the network visualization, choosing type of a graph, and I can move the threshold to enable or disable the connection between the nodes. Or I can go to a dual mode to represent two graphs. Okay. I can see all type of charts, or a download area where I can download the results. All these files are stored in the DB by Celery task that at the end of the process store the files of the results into the DB with the task ID. If I go to my process list, okay, this task is finished now, and if I go to, okay, Celery says me that the process saving success to the DB in this time, and then I can go to view details and navigate it.
Thank you. Are there questions?
First of all, Congrats, great job, great job. Just out of curiosity, the main purpose of this project seems to me to make available on large scale this kind of analysis, this kind of information. Anyway, when I think of problems on graphs, they can be really complex to solve. Did you explore this Celery framework that is a distributed framework to optimize the way you can solve, I don't know, complex problems? I mean, I think studies on genes can be really complex. So parallelism, like farm or pipeline, are useful this way. Did you explore this aspect in your work or not?
Yes, and we deploy this environment in our cluster structure in our research institute, and we install Celery in a distribute mode with also with parallel queues. So in a task, I can give an information to a task that I can say this task start from Q1 to Q10, and Celery distributed the process in all the servers that I want to launch the tasks.
Add something?
Yeah.
By the way. Okay. By the way, the R package, is written, and you can use a multi-core infrastructure. So if you want, you can say you have a 16 core on your computer, and it automatically parallelizes the process. In this case, we did not use because actually we have a problem with managing actually the resource availability. Because if you think launching, I don't know, 10 process with 16 cores, it means that you need 160 cores, and so you need to somehow load balance these processes. But we are thinking on this.
Hello. I would like to see. I would like to see what broker did you choose for Celery, and if you tried other brokers with Celery.
We start to use Celery with RabbitMQ, but our choice fell on Redis because the performance are better than in our case for the speed of the status update, and we are thinking to create a key-value store with Redis to store some information in another DB structure. So our choose is Redis for these reasons.
Okay. Another question.
Yeah.
What's the size of your cluster in production?
In production, we have 16,000 of course, and quanti giga di RAM? I think
well, we have some compute more than 128 gig of RAM. And right now it's on a 16 core machine with I think 32 gig of RAM, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Yes,
right
but
now.
all the cluster give us a limited numbers of cores, so we can use all the cores, but for a limited range of time.
We have time for one last question, if there's any.
Just where can I find more documentation on this framework?
There is the website and all the code. So there is the website in the presentation, and all the code is open source and available on GitHub. Both of the website with the Celery integration, the Redis integration, and everything, and the same for the R package. You can find in the same way on GitHub, is open source. Instead of putting here ReNette, you put NetTools, and you can find the source code. So it's all open source, and the methods are published on +1. So if you want to look at the methods, there is some papers on that.
Thank you.